What is going on, everyone? This is NinjaGeek here, and I'm bringing you another discussion video. When I bring these, I like to talk about lots of different things and kind of get the community opinion in the comments below. And for this particular kind of discussion video, I want to talk about Gamechat and should it be forced in competitive. Now, before we start, I would actually like to say that this has been addressed by Jeff Kaplan himself in the developer preview update coming for the changes and everything coming in the future year of 2017, which obviously we're in 2017 now. And basically what he said was that they are working on a feature that is pretty much like the stay as group feature, which will be on the bottom of every single game when you join in, and it will basically say, hey, your teammates need you, or something like that. We want you to switch to Gamechat, and you have the option of switching to Gamechat right there without having to hit the start menu, going to social, and then flipping between the channels and whatever. It will automatically put you in there. And while that's good, it's not a so-called forced game chat. It just lets you know that the game chat is there. And I could understand where they're also coming from, where they say they don't want to specifically force people into a game chat. But then again, on the other side of things, I could see it where, in my own personal opinion, where I agree more on is the fact that I would more or less like it to be a forced game chat. Now, the difference here is that on PC, there is no, I mean, obviously, you have Skype and you could use, like, FaceTime or whatever, the generic stuff to talk to people like FaceTime audio, Skype, anything that's out there to use. And obviously, you could use the in-game game chat, which is probably what most people do on PC, I'm assuming. So, more people on PC are actually in the game chats, but I play on Xbox, and for the people that play on PlayStation, you will probably figure out and realize that lots of people are in their own separate parties, and you could go into competitive play with these parties. So if they did implement this feature to console, which they probably most likely will at the same time as PC, it will probably either kick you out of the party or just switch you over to game chat, which is all fine. But the problem is that most of the time is when people go into competitive play, it's rarely, obviously, if you're not searching in a 6-man, you're not going to get a 6-man on the other team. It's probably never going to happen unless you're searching in a 6-man party. And so, if you're playing with, like, 3 people, the other 3 people on your team are most likely going to be in a party chat on the PlayStation or the Xbox party chats, and there's nothing you could really do about that. And yes, the game will tell you, yeah, you should switch to game chat to communicate with your team, but it's not forcing you to. And I think that that's a bit of a problem. Maybe not on PC. I don't really know what the general thing is on PC, if more people go into the game chats or not. You can let me know if you're a PC player down below. But on console, there is rarely anybody in the actual game chat. Now, I'm talking about this obviously specifically for competitive play. I'm not, obviously in quick play, the arcade, every single other game mode, there does not need to be a forced game chat. That's obviously pretty obvious because that's not fair. But when you're playing competitive, you really need to have team communication in order to, not even just to say to win, but to do well or to perform well, because even if you lose and your team was still performing very well and you had good communication, you're not going to be as mad as you were if your team said nothing and then some guy got pissed off without you even knowing, and then he switched to attack Torbjorn, and you know how the whole story goes and plays out. But it also would help, even if somebody, you might say, oh, well, I don't have a mic, so it's really not going to help out. But if you don't have a mic, at least you could still be switched to the game chat to hear what the other players have to say. Not every single person has to have a microphone on. You don't have to talk. You don't have to be forced to talk. You just should be forced to go into game chat. That is my own opinion. Some people may disagree with this. Like, I personally think how it should work is if you go into competitive play and you're in like an Xbox Live party or you're in a PlayStation party chat, if you click on the competitive, it should say, you cannot search this game mode while in party. Please leave and join game chat before you even start up the queue. That way, it's like a forced thing. But obviously, for any other game mode, it doesn't have to do that. It's just we're strictly talking about competitive play here. And like I keep saying, it's not like I'm trying to force people to do things that they don't want to do. It's just in competitive, you're really playing a more serious game, and you should honestly be forced to go into game chat to talk to your teammates or to listen to your teammates or to just be there with your team rather than talking about stuff, whatever random stuff in a party while not really caring about the game. If you want to do that, that's what quick play is for, that's what the arcade is for. But for competitive, I really feel like they should have a forced game chat. Now, it is awesome that they are bringing this game chat request feature, whereas, you know, you go on, it's as soon as you load into a match, it'll be right on the screen. It says, hey, your teammates are in game chat, why don't you join your teammates in game chat? And it'll be similar to the group up system like you see at the end of the game. It'll say right in the corner, and you could immediately switch to game chat. But the problem is how many people are actually going to do that? And I feel like on console, not a lot of people are going to actually do that. I mean, maybe on PC, yes, because it'll be an easier way to access it and more people might be in there. Like I said, again, I don't really know. I'm just assuming. But on console, the chats are extremely obviously built into the user interface of the actual console itself. So most people just stay in the party chat and they don't communicate with their team, and then it's just like a really giant mess. But you can leave your comments below what you think about this. I'm really glad that they are implementing this feature and the other changes as well coming in 2017 to Overwatch, but I feel like it should be forced in competitive play only. But let me know your thoughts on that down below. I will see you on the next one. This is NinjaGeek. I'm out. And peace.